So this happened would have been last fall. Because the school is doing construction on the new Performing Arts Center, the high school plays have been in the Palace the last couple of years. And I was here working on a musical number with a couple of students, and they were sitting right on the edge of the stage. And I was right here, standing just like this with my back this way. And they were singing, I was plunking out a couple of notes on the piano. And all of a sudden, from back over, right over there where our hot spot is, all three of us heard keys jingling. And there was nobody else in here at the time. And I was turning to look, and the two students that were sitting on the edge of the stage looked over that way. The curtain was open, so we could see over there. And their eyes just got massive, just huge. And one of them said to the other, "Did you see him?" And the other student said, "Yeah." They go, "It was a guy in a brown suit." So I went up that ramp just to make sure no one was back there who shouldn't be, because you never know. And nothing, didn't see anything. But we all heard the keys jingling, and they saw our mysterious gentleman in a brown suit over there, walking the same direction that he always does, going right into the doorway there. And that got them good and riled up. They were pretty excited about that for a while. They'd still tell that story. Another personal story of mine. This would have been probably 2005, 2006, something like that. I was in the Green Earth Players show, Christmas Carol. And I was playing Scrooge, and at the beginning of the show, I entered from back behind the theater there, through that doorway, with a group of younger kids who were carolers. And the show starts, we're back there, quiet and waiting. And there was one point where we're standing back there, and we had probably about 200 people in the seats. The organ just decides to play a couple of chords on its own in the middle of a show. And all the little kids are just freaking out. What was that? What was that? What was that? Like, oh, yeah, it's just the pipe organ doing its thing. Maybe Maud's just wanting to be part of the show. Who knows? Yeah, that one, that was funny to watch the little kids just eat that one up. And I want to say that was one of the times when the organ wasn't in operational condition at that time. I don't think it was hooked up to work. So who knows what that was all about. I have been in here, I'd say probably about a half dozen times where the lights have just shut off on me on their own. I'm pretty good at running the light board. I know how that works, and I can't find a reason for that to have happened. So I know one time I was in here about 3 o'clock in the morning working on some sets, just because when I had time to do it, and all the lights just completely off. So I'm sitting there on the stage by myself, lights off, 3 o'clock in the morning. That was interesting. But by far the craziest experience I've had here personally, and it's the reason why I completely believe people when they tell me that they've seen the man in the brown suit. This would have been October of 2011. I was in a band that we were kind of out of Sioux Falls at the time. And we had an opportunity to play a show here and open up for some musical acts from the cities. So we were here and we played our opening set, and the singer in the band, he was from Sioux Falls. Really had never been to Laverne, never had been to the Palace, didn't know the history or anything like that. And he and I were up in the balcony. We were sitting up there, and the band is playing. And there was more people were down here on the floor than there were up in the balcony, but there were some other people in the balcony. And out of the corner of my eye, which is how it usually always starts, and we can go up there too and take a look at this when we're done, but there's an aisle over on this side of the balcony that goes down the stairs. I look over, and as clearly as I can see you sitting there right now, is a man in a brown suit that has white pinstriping on it. He's got this fedora style hat on, and I can even see his shoes. He's got wingtip shoes on, and he's walking down those steps. And I watch him walk down the steps. He looks over at me, and he walks right through that door without opening it, and is gone. And I looked over at my buddy, and he's looking over there, and he says to me, "Did you see that?" I said, "Yeah, I certainly did see that." He goes, "Okay." So we didn't say much. I mean, what can you say about that? There's music going on. It was good music too. You know, we were enjoying ourselves. And after the show had wrapped up, we went to a little bit of an after party with some of the other bands, and we're talking some shop. And you know, oh, you guys like playing up in the city, sure. Another person who was sitting up in the balcony made mention that they had seen someone in a brown suit up in the balcony, and it freaked them out. Well, yeah, we saw that too, and we hadn't had a chance to talk about it, so it kind of corroborated what we'd seen. And I still, to this day, I can see the brown suit, the white pinstriping on the suit. It was crystal clear. It was solid. If the guy would have came and sat down in a seat, it wouldn't have surprised me at all. But the fact that he just kind of disappeared by that door, yeah, he wasn't of this space and time, that's for sure. Yeah, and that's my craziest story about what I've seen here.